Most men are harmless. They are domesticated. They are safe. They have traded their claws for comfort and their teeth for approval. They walk into a room and the atmosphere doesn't change. They speak and people interrupt them. They get angry and people laugh. But then there is the other kind, the outlier. You've seen him. Maybe you've felt him. He doesn't have to shout to be heard. He doesn't have to flex to be seen. He walks into a chaotic room and the chaos settles, not out of respect, but out of an instinctual, primal fear. Niccolò Machiavelli, the man who wrote the handbook on power, didn't write for the harmless. He wrote for the dangerous. He understood that in a world of wolves, being a sheep is not a virtue. It is a suicide mission. If you click this video, it's because you feel a shift happening inside you. You are tired of being the sheep. You are tired of the nice guy script that society handed you at birth. You are becoming something else, something sharper, something colder, something dangerous. Let's get one thing clear before we go deep. When I say dangerous, I do not mean violent. Violence is the tool of the weak man who has lost control. I mean dangerous in the way an iceberg is dangerous, silent, massive, unshakable, capable of sinking unsinkable ships simply by existing. A dangerous man is a man who cannot be manipulated. He is a man who cannot be guilt-tripped, coerced, or shamed into submission. He is a man who knows exactly who he is, and because of that, he is the most powerful person in any room he enters. You are watching this because you are shedding your old skin. You are feeling the death of your old, people-pleasing self, and it scares you. It should. Transformation is destructive. It hurts. You might feel like you're becoming cold or distant or even cruel, but you aren't. You are simply waking up. Machiavelli called this virtù. Not virtue in the religious sense like being a good boy, but virtù in the ancient sense. Skill, strength, effectiveness. The ability to look the world in the face, see it for the nasty, brutish place it can be, and navigate it with a surgeon's precision. Today we are going to walk through the 7 signs that you are crossing the threshold, that you are becoming the man Machiavelli wrote about, the man everyone watches, the man everyone secretly fears. But be warned, this is not a list of life hacks. This is a diagnosis of your shadow. There is a final stage to this transformation, a sign number 0 that I will only reveal at the very end. It is the price you pay for this power. Most men are not willing to pay it. They will turn back. They will choose to remain harmless. Will you? Let's find out. Sign number 1. The death of the nice guy. The first sign is the most painful. It is the death of your need to be liked. For years you have been trained to be nice. We all were. We were told that if we are polite, if we are accommodating, if we set ourselves on fire to keep other people warm, the world will reward us. But you've looked around, you've checked the data, and you've realized it's a lie. The nice guy finishes last, not because he is good, but because he is weak. His kindness isn't a choice, it's a compulsion. He is nice because he is terrified of conflict. He is agreeable because he is terrified of rejection. You are becoming dangerous because you have stopped confusing being good with being weak. Machiavelli wrote, "It is much safer to be feared than loved, because love is preserved by the link of obligation which, owing to the baseness of men, is broken at every opportunity for their advantage. But fear preserves you by a dread of punishment which never fails." This sounds harsh. It sounds cynical. But look at your own life. How many times has someone you loved and supported betrayed you the moment it was convenient for them? How many times has your loyalty been repaid with indifference? The shift happens when you stop seeking love from the world, which is really just validation, and you start demanding respect. You are noticing that your no has become heavier. In the past, when someone asked for a favor you didn't want to do, you made up an excuse. You lied. You said, "Oh, I'd love to, but I'm busy." You softened the blow. You tried to manage their emotions. Now, you just say no. You don't offer an excuse. You don't apologize. You realize that you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you use your resources, your time, or your energy. This terrifies people around you. They will call you changed. They will ask, "What's wrong? You used to be so helpful." What they mean is, you used to be so easy to use. You are developing what Machiavelli called strategic cruelty. This doesn't mean you go out of your way to hurt people. It means you are willing to make the hard, unpopular decision if it is necessary for your survival or your vision. The nice guy avoids the hard conversation because it feels mean. The dangerous man has the hard conversation immediately because he values truth over comfort. You are cutting off dead weight, friends who drain you, family members who manipulate you, habits that weaken you. You are doing it with a cold, surgical precision. It's not emotional. You aren't screaming at them. You aren't fighting. You are simply closing the door. This is the sign of a man who values his own mission more than he values the applause of the crowd. If you find yourself feeling less guilty about disappointing people, pay attention. You aren't becoming a bad person. You are becoming a sovereign. You are realizing that you are the king of your own mind, and a king cannot afford to be a doormat. Sign number 2, emotional 0 point. The second sign is that you have stopped reacting. Look at the average man. He is a bundle of exposed nerves. He is a slave to stimulus. Someone cuts him off in traffic. He rages. His boss sends a passive-aggressive email. He panics. A woman rejects him. He spirals into depression. The news shows him something scary. He lives in anxiety. He is a puppet, and the world holds the strings. Anyone can reach inside his chest and squeeze his heart. Anyone can hijack his mind. But you are feeling a distance growing, a gap. Between the event and your reaction, there is now a pause, a silence. Machiavelli used the metaphor of the fox and the lion. The lion is pure force, pure reaction. But the fox is cunning. The fox knows traps. The fox does not bite the bait just because it is there. You are becoming the fox. You are developing an emotional 0 point. This means you can observe chaos without becoming chaotic. You can stand in the middle of a screaming match and feel your pulse remain steady. People mistake this for apathy. They think you don't care. They think you're numb. You aren't numb. You are disciplined. You have realized that your emotions are data, not directives. Just because you feel anger doesn't mean you have to act angry. Just because you feel fear doesn't mean you have to act afraid. The dangerous man treats his emotions like a dashboard in a car. If a light blinks red, he notes it. Ah, I am feeling disrespected. He analyzes it. But he does not jerk the steering wheel and crash the car. This makes you terrifying to manipulate. Think about a manipulator, a toxic partner, a bad boss, a narcissist. How do they operate? They rely on your reaction. They poke you to see you jump. They insult you to see you defend yourself. They cry to see you apologize. But what happens when they poke you and you just look at them? What happens when they insult you and you don't defend yourself? You just agree and move on. What happens when they try to guilt trip you and you remain impassive? Their power dissolves. You are becoming a mirror. You reflect their behavior back to them without absorbing it. Machiavelli taught that fortuna, luck, fate, the chaos of the world, is like a raging river. The weak man gets swept away by the river. He drowns in his circumstances, but the man of virtue builds dikes and dams. He channels the water. Your emotional control is that dam. You are finding that you speak slower. You don't rush to fill the silence. You don't rush to explain yourself. You are comfortable with the tension. When a crisis hits, a financial loss, a breakup, a health scare, your first thought is no longer, why is this happening to me? Your first thought is, okay, what is the move? You have moved from a victim mindset to a strategist mindset. This is the ultimate freedom. To be in the world, but not of it. To feel the heat of the fire, but not burn. If you feel this cold clarity settling over you, do not fight it. It is the armor you will need for the battles ahead. Sign number 3, the removal of the pedestal. The third sign is a spiritual shift. It is the loss of your heroes. When we are boys, we look up. We look up to our fathers. We look up to politicians. We look up to celebrities. We look up to women. We put them on pedestals. We believe they are special. We believe they have the answers. We believe they are fundamentally different from us. But as you become dangerous, gravity takes hold. Everything comes crashing down. You are beginning to see the cracks in the statue. You look at your father, and you don't see a god. You see a man, a flawed, perhaps broken man who was just winging it. You look at the politician, and you don't see a leader. You see a narcissist chasing power. You look at the billionaire, and you don't see a genius. You see someone who got lucky or ruthless or both. And most importantly, you look at the object of your desire, the woman you obsessed over, and you don't see an angel. You see a human being. This is called desacralization. You are stripping the sacred nature away from the world. Machiavelli was hated because he did this to politics. He looked at kings and popes and said, "These aren't divinely appointed rulers. They are just gangsters in nice robes." He saw the world as it is, not as it should be. For a man who wishes to act entirely up to his professions of virtue soon meets with what destroys him among so much that is evil. You are realizing that no one is coming to save you. The mentors you worshipped, they are just people selling you a product. The institutions you trusted, they are just systems designed to perpetuate themselves. This realization can feel depressing at first. It feels like the magic is dying. It feels like cynicism. But it is not cynicism. It is maturity. When you take people off the pedestal, you can finally look them in the eye. You can negotiate with them. You can challenge them. You can outmaneuver them. You cannot fight a god, but you can fight a man. You are becoming dangerous because you are no longer blinded by the aura of authority. When a boss yells at you, you don't feel like a scolded child anymore. You analyze his leverage. You analyze his insecurity. You see him as a biological organism throwing a tantrum. This applies specifically to your relationships. The simp puts women on a pedestal. He worships. And because he worships, he cannot lead. He cannot be authentic. He is too busy performing. But the dangerous man sees the woman as she is. He respects her, yes, but he does not worship her. And paradoxically, this is exactly what makes him attractive. He is the first man she has met who isn't trying to buy her approval. You are walking through the world with your eyes wide open. You see the strings, you see the incentives, you see the raw human nature underneath the suits and the smiles. You are no longer a fan. You are a player in the game. Sign number 4, weaponized silence. The fourth sign is the one others notice first. You have stopped broadcasting. In the age of social media, everyone is broadcasting. Everyone is screaming, "Look at me. Look what I ate. Look what I think. Look how happy I am." They treat their thoughts like cheap confetti, throwing them everywhere. They tell everyone their plans. They tell everyone their fears. They tell everyone their next move. And because they reveal everything, they are defenseless. Machiavelli knew that information is power. And to give away information freely is to give away power. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. You are becoming dangerous because you are becoming a void. You have stopped announcing your moves. You are working in the dark. You are building in silence. When you have a big idea, you don't post it on Facebook. You execute it. When you are hurt, you don't post a sad quote on your story. You heal. When you are winning, you don't brag. You just win. This silence is weaponized. It makes people uneasy. It triggers their imagination. When you are quiet, people project their own thoughts onto you. They wonder what you are thinking. They wonder what you know. They start to overthink their own behavior around you. In a negotiation, the person who speaks the least holds the most power. The person who talks is revealing their hand. The person who listens is analyzing the cards. You are finding that you enjoy the mystery. You realize that you don't need the dopamine hit of likes and comments. You have a secret fire burning inside, and you don't want to let the heat escape. This also applies to your past. The dangerous man does not trauma dump. He does not use his past struggles as a way to get sympathy. He keeps his cards close to his chest. Why? Because he knows that the world is not a therapy session. The world is a battlefield. And on a battlefield, you do not show the enemy where you are bleeding. You are becoming an enigma. People ask your friends, what is he up to? He's been quiet lately. And your friends don't know. No one knows. And then, suddenly, you emerge. You emerge with the new business, the new physique, the new skill, the new life. You emerge fully formed, while they are still talking about what they plan to do. Silence is the incubator of greatness. Noise is the killer of dreams. If you find yourself hoarding your words like gold, you are on the right path. You are learning the discipline of the void. Sign number 5, the capacity for violence. This is the sign that makes people uncomfortable, but we must discuss it. Jordan Peterson famously said, "A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control." You are beginning to recognize the monster inside you. For years, you repressed your aggression. You repressed your darkness. You pretended it wasn't there. You thought that being civilized meant having no teeth. But now, you feel it. You feel the capacity for aggression. You feel the capacity for destruction. And instead of being ashamed of it, you are integrating it. You are realizing that without the capacity for mayhem, your peace means nothing. If you cannot bite, your kindness is just submission. This often manifests physically. You start training, you start lifting heavy iron, you start learning combat sports, boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Why? Not because you want to hurt people, but because you want to know that you could. There is a profound psychological shift that happens when a man knows he is physically capable of ending a confrontation. He becomes calmer, he becomes gentler, he doesn't need to posture, he doesn't need to act tough. The chihuahua barks because it is terrified. The lion sleeps because it knows it is the king. You are becoming the lion. This integration of the shadow, as Carl Jung would call it, gives you a new kind of energy. It gives you a drive that is relentless. Machiavelli lived in a time of mercenaries and wars. He knew that a prince who could not wield the sword would eventually be destroyed by one who could. There is no comparison between the armed and the unarmed, and it is not reasonable that he who is armed should yield obedience to him who is unarmed. Translate this to modern life. It means you are becoming competent. You are becoming formidable. You are rejecting the modern ideal of the weak, soft, pliable male. You are embracing your biology. You are embracing the drive to conquer, to protect, to build, and to destroy obstacles. You stop apologizing for your masculinity. You stop apologizing for your ambition. You look at your dark side, your selfishness, your anger, your pride, and instead of suppressing them, you harness them. You yoke them to your chariot. Your anger becomes the fuel for your work. Your pride becomes the standard for your quality. Your selfishness becomes the boundary that protects your time. You are not eliminating the monster. You are training him, and a trained monster is the most useful ally you will ever have. Sign number 6, ruthless prioritization. The 6th sign is a shift in how you view time and energy. Most men are wasteful. They waste hours scrolling. They waste emotion on sports teams. They waste energy on arguments that don't matter. They are leaky vessels. You are becoming airtight. You are developing a prince's economy. Machiavelli taught that a ruler cannot afford to be everywhere and do everything. He must be efficient. He must focus only on what maintains and expands his state. You are treating your life like a state. You are becoming obsessed with return on investment, ROI, not just with money, but with your soul. Before you engage in an activity, you ask, does this make me stronger, sharper, or richer? Or does this make me weaker, duller, and poorer? If the answer is the latter, you cut it ruthlessly. You stop watching the news because the news is designed to make you anxious and powerless. You stop arguing in comment sections because it changes nothing and drains your focus. You stop hanging out with people who just want to kill time. You realize that killing time is suicide by increments. You are becoming boring to average people. They ask, "Did you see that show on Netflix?" You say no. They ask, "Did you hear about that celebrity scandal?" You say no. They think you are missing out. You know that they are the ones missing out. They are missing out on their own lives because they are too busy consuming the lives of others. This focus makes you dangerous because it allows you to compound your skills at a rate that seems impossible to others. While they are distracted, you are drilling. While they are entertained, you are educating yourself. You understand the concept of opportunity cost. Every hour you spend doing something mediocre is an hour you stole from something great. You are becoming a sniper. One shot, one kill, no wasted movement. This terrifies the people around you because they see you pulling away. They see the gap widening between where you are and where they are. And they know deep down that they could be doing the same thing, but they lack the discipline. Your existence becomes a judgment on their mediocrity, and that is why they will try to pull you back down. They will call you obsessed. They will call you a workaholic. Let them. Obsession is just the word the lazy use to describe the dedicated. Sign number 7, the acceptance of solitude. The final sign, the inevitable result of all the others. You are becoming comfortable with being alone. In fact, you are starting to crave it. The dangerous man is a sovereign, and sovereignty is a lonely path. The higher you climb the mountain, the thinner the air becomes, and the fewer people can breathe there with you. Most men are terrified of solitude. If they are alone in a room for 10 minutes, they panic. They pull out their phone. They turn on the TV. They need noise to drown out the voice in their head. But you are making friends with the silence. You realize that your best ideas come when you are alone. Your clarity comes when you are alone. Your strength recharges when you are alone. You are no longer a part of the herd. The sheep needs the flock to feel safe. The wolf does not. Machiavelli wrote his greatest works in exile. He was stripped of his position, thrown out of Florence, and forced to live on a farm. He was alone, and in that solitude, he saw the world more clearly than anyone else in history. You are realizing that you do not need a group to validate your reality. You can trust your own eyes. You can trust your own judgment. This makes you dangerous because you cannot be cancelled. You cannot be ostracized. Social pressure works by threatening you with exile. If you don't agree with us, we will kick you out. The dangerous man looks at them and says, "I was already leaving. I don't need you." This is the ultimate immunity. When you do not fear being alone, you are free. You can speak the truth because you aren't afraid of losing friends. You can take risks because you aren't afraid of looking foolish. You are building a fortress inside yourself, a place where you are complete. People will come into your life and you will welcome them. But if they leave, you will not collapse. You will simply lock the gate and continue your work. You are becoming the sun. You have your own gravity. You burn with your own fuel. Others can orbit you. Others can feel your warmth. But you do not depend on them to shine. If you recognize these signs in yourself, take a breath. It is intense. It is heavy. You are becoming a dangerous man. You are killing the nice guy. You are mastering your emotions. You are seeing the world without illusions. You are moving in silence. You are integrating your aggression. You are focusing your energy, and you are embracing your solitude. You are becoming the man Machiavelli envisioned, a man of virtù, a man who shapes his own fate. But remember what I told you at the beginning. There is a sign number 0, the price of this power. The price is this: you can never go back to sleep. Once you see the world this way, as a game of power, strategy, and psychology, you cannot unsee it. You cannot go back to the naive bliss of ignorance. You will always be analyzing. You will always be watching. You will always be a part. It is a burden, but it is a glorious one, because the world doesn't need more sheep. It has enough. It needs shepherds. It needs protectors. It needs men who are dangerous enough to confront the chaos and bring order to it. You are not becoming a monster. You are becoming a king. and the king watches over the realm. But understanding these signs is just the beginning. It is one thing to know you are changing. It is another thing to direct that change, to wield this psychology not just as a shield, but as a weapon, to understand the deeper laws of manipulation, seduction, and power dynamics that Machiavelli couldn't even put in his book because they were too dangerous for the public. If this video cut deep enough, if something inside you started questioning the way you think, the way you react, the way your own mind operates, then subscribe to the channel and stay tuned with us for the next videos. Because this channel is not built for empty motivation or surface-level thinking. We go deeper into psychology, into philosophy, into the hidden mechanisms behind human behavior, perception, fear, ego, and the mind itself. Most people go through life without ever questioning the voice inside their own head. They obey impulses, emotions, conditioning, and call it free thinking. But awareness changes everything. So if this kind of content gives you value, if it sharpens your perception, if it forces you to see reality differently, subscribe and walk deeper into the doctrine of mind with us. More videos are coming, and the next one may hit even harder.